what exactly the Watford LLC is. Watford LLC is a holding that includes subsidiaries that are active in various fields. All of them belong to the holding and are subject to its corporate policy. Watford Holding is located in the state of Washington. The holding's activities are under the jurisdiction of the United States. So the director of the holding is Richard Watford, from the last name of which the company name was created. And the holding company also has an office located in Seattle. Office address, Seattle Business Center, Columbia Tower, the most highest tower in the Seattle, United States. The address, you can check it on the Google Maps as well as the official EBI number. So, what about the Richard Watford? Richard Watford created his own business model, people to company. So he was able to provide what is so difficult to find today, a honest, open, and trusting partnership. And thanks to all necessary documents and licenses, as well as an official contract that concluded between the company and the client, each of the parties can be confident in a project, in the protection of their own interests and safety of their funds. So the Watford carries a certificate issued by DigiCert Incorporated. The services of this organization, namely its SSL certificates, are used by the Federal Reserve Bank of the United States. So also the Prudential Financial is the main insurance partner of Watford LLC. Prudential Financial is an American insurance and investment company. Prudential Financial operates primarily in the United States, with Japan being the most important of its foreign operations, and also provides services in Korea, Taiwan, India, Malaysia, Italy, Poland, Brazil, Argentina, and Mexico. So, the company provides us to you. So the Watford Corporation provides us the opportunity for its partners to become a part of joint stock company by purchasing shares of its subsidiaries. But what the shares exactly? Share is quite securities, the percentage of ownership of the company. But what does mean, issue? That means that the security that have passed the issue, the legal process of allowing shares to be traded for purchase by the first owner, and an organization that issues securities for the development and, of course, financing of these activities named issuer. So you purchasing the percent of ownership of the company. That is, you get a part of the property and become a co-owner. Enshrines the right of its owner, shareholders, to receive a part of net profit of joint stock companies in the form of dividends. Part of the profit of joint stock company is distributed among the shareholders, participants, and accordance with the number and form of shares by the company. And also, you can claim a part of the company property in the event of its liquidation, in proportion to the number of the shares held by its owner. And of course, share it's a tool for investing capital. And because it belongs to the equity securities, the investment potential of the shares depends on a number of factors and characteristics, the main of which are the issuer financial condition, reliability, liquidity, and profitability. The investment opportunities of ordinary shares are related to the fact that they can be traded on the exchange and over-the-counter market. Transactions on the exchange market are concluded through the contract agreement registered by the exchange itself, concluded by a participant during the trading. The order of registration and execution of the transactions is established by the exchange itself, while on the over-the-counter market, A transaction with the shares is concluded between the parties directly and not through the exchange. For example, a company sells its shares directly to the shareholder without intermediaries. This is exactly the business model people to company. So, over the counter market securities market in Europe dates back to the creation of the first joint stock companies uh, in the 16th century. And in this century, one of the first transactions was registered. So the trading on the exchange and over the counter market allows you to generate income not only in the form of dividends, but also due to the change in the value of shares in different periods of time. You don't just invest in a company, you acquire part of her property. And when a company expands its area of influence, when the attractiveness of the company direction increase, its revenues grow, and along with them, the price of the piece that we purchased increased. Fluctuations in value can be very significant and significantly exceed the amount of dividends. Many joint stock companies pay dividends once a month or year, or do not pay dividends at all. However, all dividends are paid once a week. Naturally, it's more profitable to buy shares of the company that has high prospect for development in its field of activity. Here you can become a shareholders of any of the four companies that specialize in different areas. So let's look at each of them. The first company is MEW Energy. It's an American company registered in the state of Colorado, USA. It has been officially operating since 2011. Has property registration documents of the government website of the state. The founder of MEW Energy is Drew Tecker, who is also one of the most important and influential people in the field of alternative energy. He received a bachelor degree in aerospace engineering and manufacturing management from California State Polytechnic University. Later, he graduated from Claremont University with a Master of Business Administration degree and received a doctorate in material science from the California Institute. He has extensive training in the management and development of large corporations. In particular, he was a president and CEO of the Texas General Dynamic Ambulance Department and executive vice president of LTV, Northrop Grumman Corporation. All of this tell us that he's not just owner of the company, but also an experienced specialist. He left the head post of the company and transferred the management rights to the holding company Watford LLC. Kevin Cooper became the new president of MEW Energy and its inspiration. He managed to take the company to a whole new level and contribute to its further development. The company develops, sells, and installs solar panels and wide generators. The installation includes several stages, from selecting location to its final installation and launch. It also requires a respective level of knowledge, skills, and experience, and the company has a lot of experience in current field. Installation of wind turbines is carried out by highly qualified specialists who have been working with the existing equipment for several years. And the customers provided with the basic knowledge and skills of service during the installation process. It also provides useful tools for the further maintenance. Alternative energy sources is our future. Their use is growing every year. Germany, for example, is already almost half powered only by renewable energy sources, such as wind, solar, and heat from the earth. Previously, it was thought that nuclear reaction and hydroelectric power are much more promising, but compared to solar panels and wind turbines, they are much more expensive, despite the fact that they can produce a huge amount of energy. However, nuclear and hydroelectric power plants pose a number of problems. primarily related to the environment. The first leave behind spent nuclear fuel, which no one can dispose of efficiently enough, and the second cause harm to the environment, since they have to create huge dumps during their constructions. In addition, the efficiency of solar radiation converters increases every year, and the energy consumption of batteries increases significantly. Also, the creation of flexible devices of this kind further increase their prospects. An interesting example is WH20.8 wine generator, the system of which is able to automatically search for the wine direction, as well as constantly monitor the operation condition, rotation speed, generating temperature, and wine speed. You can see there's no control from a human on that wine generator. But do not forget about solar panels. They're also efficient means of generating energy, and the company produced different types of the solar panels with a different characteristic and advantages. But I like this one. This one is Huawei's solar power plant, which can be installed at the different angles and directions. In addition, it's Huawei Sun 2033 KTL inverter is equipped with the function of monitoring the solar station via an app on your smartphone, which includes registering the operational data and station and storing it, as well as checking the operation of the equipment accordingly. NMW Energy has developed its own first ever wind turbine for both commercial and industrial use. The current turbine is equipped with a vertical axis of rotation made of composite material, as well as a modified design. The design of the turbine is high-tech, but at the same time comparable to the production of the commercial aircraft fuselage, both in terms of production, complexity, and scale. So what the advantages of the first ever turbine are? The counter-rotating fins, housing that protect against strong winds, counterweight, direct drive to the floor or sailing generator, solar panels to provide energy flow for causing strings. So I hope you understand that alternative energy is a very, very interesting direction. So let's go to the new company, the second. The second company is Gold Mine BMD. Gold Mine BMD is an Australian gold mining company that was founded in 2012. Has a property accreditation documents for each year of its operation. That also can be checked. Gold Mine BMD President Bastanov Majan dedicated his entire life to the creation of development of the current company. Being one of its founders, he is extremely interested in development of regions where gold is extracted. The company provides jobs for the local population and also tries to use tools with the minimal harm to the environment. Gold Mine BMD pays special attention to the social work with the population of the regions where the company operates, environmental protection, and the introduction of new technologies. The support of the local population ensures a thriving and stable operation. And the mine is both a way to make a profit and a center of development. Do not forget the development for the entire region. It's also a source of new jobs, training opportunities, local economic growth and prosperity, infrastructure development, and others. So currently, Gold Mine BMD is one of the largest gold mining companies in the world. The company gold reserves are 51 million ounces. The company currently owns 5 major gold deposits mines, including Olympic Dam, Lihir, and Boddington, which are located in Australia, as well as the Klerksdorp and East Rand mines located in South Africa. Today, Let's talk about Lihir. About 3,000 local residents are engaged in industrial development, which is 1/4 of the total population of Lihir Island. The reserves are really huge and amount to more than 28 million ounces. Lihir Island is quite popular among tourists, being known for its charming beaches and natural beauty. Recently, the gold mine has become one of the main attractions of the island. But the company has managed to become the largest gold miner in the world, also thanks to its advanced technological components. In the recent years, technology has been particularly important in terms of production, and Goldman BMD uses the most modern equipment and the most advanced methods of mining and processing of ore. For example, again, Delhi here, mine a large part of the ore is fireproof. So during the processing using the method of oxidation in the autoclave, the gold is extracted by leaching. The main aspects of Goldman BMD activities is this area, the introduction of strict internal standards for water, waste management, plan to reduce hot bed gas emissions, energy savings, safety for work and various materials, including chemical and explosive substances, and conservation of biological diversity. The current area of work is important to Goldmine BMD, including because of its membership in the Internal Council for Mining and Metals, ICMM, which sets regulatory requirements in the field of ecology. The company's environmental policy is based on the requirement of the law. Okay, I hope you all understand that the gold is something really special, something that people from all stage of history, tell me about someone who don't love gold. Anyway, let's go to the third company. It's EDV Recycling. How we know humanity has made a tremendous technological leap that has helped people to enter a new stage of development over the past few decades. However, there are certain negative consequences that affect the entire situation in the whole world. And one of the most obvious and primary problem is environmental pollution, despite all the advantages and achievements in this area. And we have a company that care about the current situation. It's EDV Recycling, an American company registered in the state of Louisiana, 2017. It also has documents concerning each year of the accreditation. The CEO of EDV Recycling is Liam Lee. The company collects and recycles plastic waste into raw materials followed by use. How you understand, the garbage problem occurs because the garbage isn't utilized properly. So this is an acute problem, especially in the poor regions. For example, Haiti. Haiti is in the most difficult situation in the waste management industry on the continent. This is one of the poorest countries in the world, which is literally drowning in garbage because the government don't deal with it elimination. For example, in the capital Port-au-Prince, more than 1,700 tons of solid waste is produced daily. This isn't much compared to the major cities. However, the authorized can dispose or organize only 20% of accumulated reserves, which is due to the lack of both infrastructure and the funds. Therefore, this is one of the priority areas for solving the problem of environmental pollution. EDV Recycling Company, together with the Plastic Bank Project, is working hard to improve the environmental condition of the population, as well as solve employment issues in the country. But they're not just engaged in their recycling garbage, but also engaged in its monetization. People are interested in collection as much waste as possible. This allows them to pay for school fees, medicine, Wi-Fi, network communication, food, In addition, it provides a chance to buy the purse, something that they could not previously afford. The company gives them everything they need in exchange for waste and garbage. About Plastic Bank. Plastic Bank is cooperates with pharmaceutical companies and educational institutions. All garbage collection fees are distributed and authenticated through the Plastic Bank app, which uses blockchain technology to ensure the most reliable and secure interaction between its customers and the company. Plastic Bank is recognized worldwide as one of the most important solutions for preventing environmental pollution and has received many prestigious awards. And about the activities and achievements of the project was also maintained in the documentary Plastic Ocean. But how I understand, not only the Haiti have a problem with the rubbish. And I forget to say the company's office, EDV Recycling, is located in Port-au-Prince. So the EDV Recycling operates also in India and Pacific Ocean. We talk about ocean later. So, in India, the EDV Recycling office is located in New Delhi. A huge amount of garbage is also accumulated, especially in poor neighborhoods. One of the country problems is the large population. India is the second largest in the world in terms of population, which is lacks in means of facilities and specially organized sites for waste collection and disposal. The current region needs a lot of investment to develop and maintain this industry. In addition, the vast majority of the Indian population consists of people living below the poverty line. Therefore, it's quite difficult to convince citizens not to leave their garbage everywhere and persuade them to collect garbage separately. But EDV Recycling is working with the Plastic Bank to introduce a new attitude in the field of waste management and garbage collection, attract the local population to rid the territory of waste, thereby giving people the opportunity to improve their standards of living and get effective and incredibly useful work for the benefit of their own lives and country, of course. Each of us, of course, heard about the problem of garbage accumulation in the seas and oceans. So, as the number of the cities increases, also increases the amount of waste dumped into the ocean. Even such a large natural resource cannot proceed so much waste. The development of civilization has led to increase in ocean pollution. The situation got worse around the middle of 20th century due to the development of the chemical and oil refining industries. Garbage, especially plastic, which almost doesn't decompose, has become a huge problem for the ecology of the oceans. Millions of tons of plastic waste are drifting on the ocean surface, and 18% of this garbage has fallen into the ocean from the land, and only 20% has been dumped or washed off the ships. Just think about it. Garbage harms more than 250 species of seas, animals, and birds, marines, animals, and birds, filling the water with toxic substance. Garbage thrown into the ocean forms real floating continents, the most famous of which is, of course, the Pacific Garbage Path, which is visible even from the International Space Station. This is a giant garbage dump in the North Pacific. According to the most optimistic estimates, the area of the sport is at least 270 square miles. So, how you understand? The Germany land can be placed twice in this location. Currently, the problem of ocean pollution is actively gaining momentum, and EDV Recycling deal with it every day. They start looking for a solution to the current problem and were eventually able to find it. Working with their partners, they have introduced a new technology. They launched the first Pacific plastic garbage collection system. It's a 600-meter flexible beam float. It's equipped with a 3-meter underwater chain moving freely in the water and collecting various rubbish types along the way. There will be forming clusters that will able to them to be lifted and transported by accompanying vessels. So, as long as people continue to pollute our planet, the direction of the recycling garbage, including plastic, have a future. Also, our planet have a future. Let's talk about the last company. Last company is Marijuana Diet. It's a Canadian company that has been operating legally since 2018, subject to the Canadian law. The company is engaged in the cultivation and processing of cannabis for the manufacture of cosmetics and medicines. Cannabis is grown in eastern Canada, where they have a special farm and the best condition for production and quietly product. So the office was established in the province of Quebec in order to monitor the production process from the as close distance as possible. The company founder is Alice Trial has dedicated her life to researching cannabis and integrating it into modern medicine and cosmetology. And thanks to the company research, they have developed their own line of products that help to improve well-being, maintain good overall health, and natural beauty of the person, of course, because when the cosmetology living was created, she believes that together we can use cannabis for the benefit of humanity. Let's talk a little more about the cannabis. I hope I say it right on English. So, the cannabis plant contains a significant amount of various substances, among them in the tetrahydrocannabinol, which has a psychotropic effect on the human body, and also cannabidiol, which has no psychotropic effect, but have a therapeutic effect in many diseases, in particular epilepsy, oncological illness, post-traumatic disorder, and others. Cannabidiol, the main chemical component extracted from the cannabis plants, has been approved by the USA FDA for the treatment of form of epilepsy, and it's currently being investigated for effectiveness for a number of other diseases, including pain and inflammation, and involves researching its potential as an antibiotic. Cannabis oil in its pure form, it's a very useful product. It can be added to the food and cosmetic. Cannabidiol contains the lion's share of useful vitamins and macro elements that reduce cholesterol, help you lose weight, prevent cancer, and make your skin healthy and hydrated. It also restores the hydrolipid balance of the skin, strengthened nails, and hair. And yes, it does not have a psychotropical effect at all. In 2018, Watford LLC pushes a controlling share of Marijuana Diet. And thanks to the constant evolution and innovative solutions, Marijuana Diet has received new development and now stands out from the entire range of these companies in the market due to the competent quality management. Our production, patents, and nutritional supplement based on cannabis are insured against risk of any kind by our partners, Manulife Financial. This ensures the company's security and reliability. So, friends, due to the fact that we have a raging pandemic on the street, I think the company products which include cannabidiol will be even greater demand since this product helped to raise the body's resistance, immunity. Also, due to the fact that the sale of product occurs through the network marketing, the price markup on product is minimal and provides a lot of information about the product itself. Speaking about the products, let's talk more about them. So, the first is Skin Air. It's a skincare cream. The cream contains cannabidiol, of course, coconut oil, beeswax, lemon essential oil, and other natural ingredients. This cream has an anti-inflammatory effect, refreshes and protects the skin from drying out, improves skin firmness and elasticity, slow down the aging process of the skin, and it has an antioxidant and anti-allergic effect. Also, we have a clean care. For lip and face, it's a balm containing decarboxylated cannabidiol, which is produced using moderate heating. This method preserves active cannabidiols, terpenoids, and flavonoids. The balm also contains organic cannabis seed oil, cannabidiol oil, organic beeswax, organic coconut oil, and others. So he protects lips from cracking, from viral infections, provides a natural and healthy shine of the lips, protect the skin from the harmful effect of ultraviolet rays, and smooths wrinkles around the lips. The next two products that we're going to talk about is X Nature. So, X Nature is how interesting it's extract from the natural ingredients. So the product includes terpenes such as myrcene, limonen, and also contains other natural compounds. These increase endurance and stamina, improves physical condition, improves metabolism, function of the cardiovascular system. This participates in the course of all processes in the body, stabilize the mental state, prevent stress, neuro disorders, and others. Cleans the body of toxins, so the function of the detoxifications, removes waste of toxin from the body, prevent disease of the gastrointestinal tract, has a rejuvenating effect, and improves skin condition. So the last is Alpha X. Alpha X, it's a multivitamin mineral complex in capsules that contains cannabis concentrate. It contains 50 milligram of cannabidiol, as well as myrcene, limonen, alpha and beta pinens, and other related nutrients. It's easy to use capsules because they don't have they smooth, slippery surface, no smell or taste, and they're easy to swallow. Each capsule contains pure cannabidiol oil. The company has also abandoned the head treatment for this product and used simple CO2 from the air we breathe. In this way, the end results a pure and complete plant extract and contains all the best qualities of hemp. So, all this makes the company products especially unique in our current situation. Therefore, the company's products will be in demand, the company will increase its revenue, and our shares will bring more dividends, since that directly depends on the company's profit. You just have to choose which shares of which company you prefer. You can buy shares of the company on several or several. It all depends on what areas you think are most demand, because all the company have their own ideas. They own save the planet from garbage, develop the region from Australia, alternative energy, and of course medicine. This what it makes people to live life. So that's the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for your precious time.
Moving along to Watford Corp. Now, Watford Corp has been one of my best pairs, like I've told you guys previously before, and as you guys can see, that I have withdrew a total of $30,000, okay, and $30,226 here. And I'm also still in contact with my upline and my upline's upline. Now, my upline's upline told me yesterday, he reached out just to check in with me and stuff like that. And he told me that he just made his first million with Watford Corp. And he sent me these screenshots over here. He showed me his Bitcoin wallet. And he also showed me his balance, or what he's withdrawn in Watford Corp up until this point. So the dude has killed it with Watford Corp, man. And, you know, I just gave him 2 thumbs up, man. I mean, shit, who wouldn't like to make $1 million in one of these programs, right? But now they seem to have changed the back office a little bit, guys. I think it looks a lot better than it did before, but they just added a couple things back here as far as changing the way that it looked back here, where you can transfer between Inwallet accounts and all that good stuff over here. But the platform has still been paying. I have a small balance over here, and I've also just took out $1,000 yesterday. As you guys can see right here, I did take this out. It did hit my wallet, man. So Watford Corp is still paying really, really well. So I'm going to go ahead and yank out this $34.70 here. So let me just go do that real quick. Go to Inwallet, withdraw Bitcoin. I'm just going to type in 34.70. Take some money out, man. We got to get this money. And I'm putting my secret code and I'll be right back. Okay, secret code has been set up and I got that also as well. Bam. That hit my wallet as well. So Watford Corp is still paying, still a great platform. Some of the people that are recently joining me now are blowing it up, man. They're actually sharing this thing out. People are getting into this thing, buying shares. So 2 thumbs up for Watford Corp. This thing is continued to pay.